देखे किरकिटी भी जहां मिलेगी क्रिकेट की सारी बातें जहां जोश भी है जहां होश भी है जहां क्रिकेट है आओ देखे क्रिकेट टीवी.
Hats off to the bowlers of LSG, the middle. They could choke the runs in those overs, in the middle overs actually. So that also helped them to restrict at 181 for 4 actually. Yeah.
Definitely. Nikhil, sir, how do you perceive yesterday's KKR's performance first? Ajinkya Rahane tried very hard last night. 170 plus strike rate tha unka. Of course, he did not get enough support from Finn.
Yeah.
Well, I think all the replays part of it could actually touch the rope. When you have this technology, if you see to judge a wide, whether it's wide or not, 90 seconds. I think it's so ridiculous for one run. You spend 40 centimeters. There is matching centimeters, where it's a question of one run. And here, where the question of full wicket, show me some angle. I'm for DRS. Talent is exclusive. Both you and Narayan mentioned that they could have made that score, but how could they when Finland was in this manner? Second was Cameron performance. I think very pathetic. If you saw his batting, it was very patchy. He was not in the all the runs that he got were from outside edges, inside edges. Confident display of batting that one would expect from a person who was paid such a big sum, and he was completely off color. And I think that was one more reason that he could not cross 200. Well, not at the death. At the death, achieve a target. Death overs were a big disappointment, and I think you did have two of the best batters sitting there. Not that the tail end was there. And I think that became a little bit of a letdown. Two overs, he took 1 wicket for 28. How does that add up to a cricketer who's supposed to be a match winner? I think again a very big leg for KKR was the dark horse. One of the favorite apps, and I saw it was a 6 hitter. And at that point only, I thought, शायद यहाँ पे he is a wicket keeper also, by the way. But it's not because of wicket keeping ability, but it is more because of the fact that he is a big 6 hitter. I think a great addition to the team and a great find, because every ball that he hit, if you observe, was excellent. And we'll come to the last over of Weber. I think the last over fast bowler was fantastic. And I think those two dot balls, ball number 3 and ball number 4, to Mukul Chaudhary to the 20th stump. That is great bowling. That is great presence of mind. You're following the batsman. And you have just that 2 seconds or 1 second when you're going to release the ball that you have to take a decision. Should I go straight, go wide or off? Or to judge where the batsman is going in that split second. And in those two deliveries, Vaibhav Aurora, right?
Weber.
Was like, I mean, brilliant. And had that fifth ball 6 not gone, and that was where the brilliance of Mukhi. That is where his brilliance comes in, because he followed. He sort of stood there, let the bowler release the ball, and then followed with that. Instead of preempting or pre-guessing whether that that un but he did it. And I think that obviously those 2 overs, last 1 over at least showed us two upcoming stars for India. One is that bowler, and I all the credit, you must give him credit because he
Webber.
did bowl 2 dot balls when that man was on fire. When that boy was hitting every ball, he bowled 2 dot balls and nicely so, and very well done. It wasn't like the batsman was stupid and didn't do it. He followed the batsman, he judged the batsman and did what was right. I think good addition for KKR. Two good finds yesterday. In the sense, two good performance. Anupur Roy, I think it was 2 for 32 or 4. Great bowling performance. He's an all-rounder. And I think he's done well in the previous matches also. He took, with good fielding, two good catches, made a run out some earlier match. So Anupur Roy to watch out for. Weber to watch out for. And I think Cameron Green has to step up to his game if KKR have to win even one match. Because if he does not, he's a star performer. Remember, if he does not, then KKR seriously has a problem. They don't have the firepower otherwise. They have a big bowling deficit. They have a big hitting deficit. If this man does not, because they're so much dependent on him. So I think Cameron Green must come to the party, or you have to say that bench him and bring in Tim Shepherd to support Finn Allen in the beginning, or bring in Sunil Narayan back as we were discussing last time. Uh, uh, am I getting that? No, that is I'm mixing up my teams. But I think Team Shepherd should come in, and then Sunil Narayan also take care of course. So he should come up to the opening slot as a lefty, the left-right combination. The Ajinkya that worked very well in the past, and don't let him solidify or rot at the bottom of the thing and come up and do his job. So I think KKR needs a lot of hitting. They could have won the match yesterday. They let it slip. Uh, they were on very good, strong position. But that one man, what do you say about him? What a find.
LSG needed 182, and like Nikhil sir said, Mukul Chaudhary did brilliantly last evening. Our unsung hero, Ayush Badoni, his 54 runs of 34 also
Oh,
supported the
brilliant.
entire
My
chasing.
favorite
So,
cricketer. My favorite cricketer.
No
He's an
doubt.
amazing cricketer.
Narayan sir, on the second innings for LSG.
So I'll first go to Mukul. Mukul is a 21-year-old cricketer bought by LSG for 2.6 crores in an auction, and there was excellent bidding for him in that particular auction. He's a wicket keeper and who plays for Rajasthan. So if these shots which Nikhil was saying, we found very similar shots, so-called helicopter shots, actually, if you see, yesterday night, and um, similar to what Mr. Dhoni hits, actually. So Dhoni is also a wicket-keeper batter, and Mukul is also a wicket-keeper batter. So possibly Mukul in his young times, or he must have seen Dhoni growing, and then must have picked up this shot from him. And he has that उनके पास ताकत और पावर है वो हिट करने की, and especially that second last ball which he hit for a six was excellent actually. So that was the similarity between them actually. And जैसे अच्छा कहा, कैमरून ग्रीन का सेकंड लास्ट ओवर भी 16 रन के लिए गया, और वैभव अरोड़ा का भी लास्ट ओवर 15 रन के लिए गया. So bowlers were quite good, but Mukul was in such superb control of the game, and the way he was hitting. उनको जैसे अर्जुन को एक ही चीज दिखती है, उनको एक ही चीज लक्ष्य दिख रहा था कि मेरे को वहीं पहुंचना है, और मेरे प्रमोटर आज नहीं रोए, बस ऐसा काम करना है एक्चुअली. सो
A lot of wrist power. If you saw him batting, the helicopter, of course, is there. I think his first six that came, even it's very, very critical for you to judge the field. And if the ball is going in a particular direction and you're taking the other direction, the wrists come into play. And I think he's got very strong wrists. He could actually do the scoop very nicely. 2, 3 sixes came with that ability to move the bat with the wrist and hit as powerfully as you would have had it been a straight shot. So I think having a very strong wrist power is critical for this type of batting. I think that's what was on display yesterday. And clean. I think his ability to read the ball and middle the ball. almost every ball. I don't think he had any flashy strokes, but maybe one in between. But where he missed out or it like took a edge and went for a four. But otherwise, most of his shots were middle of the bat and great cricketing personally and against good bowlers, by the way. You can't hit a Cameron. Cameron really is supposed to be an international match-winning bowler. So then, if you can hit him, you can hit anyone. Yeah. So and that was the pressure. So it's not that it's an easy game and you're allowed to do what you want. You're chasing a target, everybody's looking at you, 7 wickets are gone, the 3 wickets are remaining, you have Avish Khan on the other side, doesn't know how to bat. So, all these things when you play under that type of pressure, there's a lot of temperament, there's a lot of character, there's a lot of, I think, talent which needs to be nurtured.
So
Uh,
two more things before you get Karan in. Uh, okay, he hit 7 sixes, which KKR hit in their entire innings actually. You know, and he has now become the second batter after Pollard to score a 50 plus in the death overs in a successful IPL chase actually. So these are two things for Mukul Chaudhary, and hats off to the guy. And Karan.
Yeah.
and on
So
the
I would,
bowling front, let's
yeah,
also talk
bowling
on the
plan.
bowling front. Naren did wonderfully for KKR last night. His economy of
Super, super.
3.25
Yeah,
was
yeah, super.
great. So, what do you have to say on bowling front for KKR? Naren is
Yeah,
finally into the party.
Sunil Narayan in bowling. Actually, about the batting, I do agree with Nikhil sir that it's a waste of talent if he goes down. Even I agree with putting him up in the batting order, top order. In bowling, if you see the stats, Sunil Narayan's 4 over spell of 13 runs for 1 wicket, 3.25 economy was extraordinary because that time, this during his overs, I mean, during at that point of time when he had to come in, all the batsmen of LSG, their intent was to hit because they needed to cope up with the run rate. But still, this man, he came up, he made sure that they don't match up with the run rate, which was actually a really good spell. Apart from that, Cameron Green not so good in bowling, neither batting. Yeah, KKR's bowling was not that well, except Sunil Narayan and as we discussed about Vaibhav Arora,
Yes.
extraordinary bowling during that death overs. I've heard he's a death over specialist as well. And if you would see about LSG bowling, Mohammad Shami, extraordinary bowling. He is, yeah, he has his consistency. Even the previous past matches and even this match, he has proved that he still have that intent left in him. He still has that, passion as well as the uh, skill to change the game with an economy of 6.75. Even Digvesh Rathi, if I'm not
Rathi.
wrong, that's his name. Yeah, he also had a good spell. Yeah, these two from LST were extraordinary.
Avish Khan was pretty expensive, but KKR at the end of the day is still winless. They'll have to regroup, they'll have to introspect, they'll have to figure out what's not working for them and what should instead. So, any closing thoughts from any of you, Nikhil sir?
Uh, there's a word in English called pyrrhic victory. Pyrrhic means uh, it takes away from the word victory. It dilutes that word. And I want to just of all LSD supporters especially that these are two fiery victories for LSD. One at 19.5 overs and one at 20 the last ball, and both against weak teams. So one was against SRH. When I say weak, I mean in comparison to the top 10, you don't see these two teams knocking in the top four. So your victories are against SRH and KKR. So long way to go, Delhi doesn't do that. Or if you see the other matches, for example, other teams, Rajasthan Royals has beaten MI, between, I think two good teams out of the three which they have. RR has beaten GT and beaten MI out of the three. That is CSK. So you say that's a victory. Punjab again has beaten the GP, so they have beaten a strong team in the way up. RCB again has that issue. They have beaten only SRH and CSK. They're not yet. Today is the match when they will actually be. be tested against a good team because they have beaten SRH in the first match and then CSK in the second. So again, the quality of their 4 points, if I would give a weightage, then the ranking would change. If you were to give the weightage to the team that they have defeated, then you would see that RCB is not in the top four. You should see the other people coming in because there are stronger teams that have been beaten. And then the quality of win, whom you beat, is critical to understand the future. To predict the future. Not that they didn't win, they won, of course, the points are theirs, but how well will they do against the stronger teams? LSG is in that position. They have not beaten the bigger teams. They have not come up against massive talent that the other teams have. So, word of caution for both the owners of LSG and the management of LSG that you have not yet come across the धुरंधर अभी बाकी है आना आपके सामने कि जब आप संभालिएगा और तब आपका रियल टेस्ट होगा कि आप कितने कितने पानी में हो तो मेरे ख्याल से दैट वर्ड ऑफ कॉशन अदरवाइज गुड flashes of brilliance for energy coming in. It's good that Shami is in top form. I'm very happy for Shami. One of my favorite cricketers when I look at the Indian diaspora. And his career path, if you see him, he was very at the peak of his. When he was young, then he went to a very personal bad patch, not in the team, fought his way back, again went to the top, played great international cricket, was instrumental in some of our World Cup victories. I think that character is a character by himself. And the way he's bowling, the way he's coming in, the way he's confident of his bowling, of his current performance, it speaks good for India at least. Then lots of choices will come up. As opposed to Mohammad Siraj, if you saw, he was completely all over the place. I think Siraj is somewhere he is missing. I think he lost his confidence, lost his confidence that we saw in UK, in London, when we went to the test match. He was one of our key performers, which is why we won the series, or we leveled the series 2-2 because of him. And I think something is wrong there. He needs to step up. But Shami is waiting. You should remember, Shami is waiting in the shadows, in the sideline, for somebody not to perform and step into his field. So good for India, good competition. Shami is a great revival story for me. Chaudhary, one swallow does not a summer make, as they say. एक ही मैच खेला है और मैचेस खेलने हैं अच्छा है बिगिनिंग अच्छी हुई है शुरुआत अच्छी हुई है अच्छे बॉलर्स के सामने हुई it augurs well but as a word of caution you need to perform consistently to be really considered as a national prospect in future.
Thanks, sir.
So for LSG, if you see now, the over reliance on individuals. If you see both their wins, both the wins were engineered by individual performance and individual heroics actually. So the team hasn't yet shown the collective depth, and make it truly convincing. ये बहुत जरूरी है उनके लिए और KKR के लिए मेरे ख्याल से they urgently need to solve their spin weaknesses. Number one, their death bowling there should be really good, and of course they have to unlock Green into both the bowling and the batting areas for the amount they have paid.
Yes, yes. Let's see how KKR groups up again and fights back. So that's a wrap on this one. If you enjoyed today's show, hit like, subscribe, and share it with every cricket fan you know. Your support keeps Cricket TV going, and we'll see you in the next preview. Thank you.
जहाँ जोश भी है जहाँ होश भी है जहाँ क्रिकेट है